He'll put up a good performance. He maybe isn't the speediest horse in the world, but by golly, he stays forever, and he does jump, and that's what this game is all about. Looking, carrying plenty of condition there, and he's had a hard race in the Welsh National. He's won since then and was very impressive in doing so. Sure to give a good account of himself today. Corbiere carrying 11 stone 7. Shady Deal in the green colours with the white sleeves. This one trained by Josh Gifford. Yet to have a festival winner, Josh, although Alistair O'Mavros looked like doing so for a long time. But Shady Deal, he was a former Whitbread winner. He didn't reappear this season until January the 2nd. And he's gone on from strength to strength. He was second to get out of my way at Doncaster in the William Hill Great Yorkshire Chase there. And then most game to beat Midday Gun in a photo finish at Nottingham. He was ridden on that occasion with great aplomb, and I thought, well, it was a masterly piece of riding. Shady Deal, trained by Josh Gifford, ridden by Richard Rose, had more than his fair share of bangs this season. In the light colours is 23, Bally Hampshire. Well, he can't have seen the inside of his home stable too often this season, having his 18th run of the season, and he was 3 lengths second to Felicity's Pet at Punchestown in February. That was a good run. Felicity's Pet, a non-runner in this race today, having run yesterday. This one trained by John Crowley. John's had quite a few runners at the meeting, and a nice big pair of brown blinkers there to make him concentrate on the job. In the stars there, Bold Argument. Quite a lightly made gelding this, but he's a very good racehorse. He doesn't have to be robust and big to be a good chaser. After 4 outings, when unseating his rider and pulling up on one occasion, he's come really good with a vengeance. He won at Kempton in January, Lingfield Park this month, and he beat Tom's Little Owl, who ran tremendously well yesterday. So if you fancy Bold Argument, don't be put off. He certainly isn't without a chance. And the third one of that group on the right there in the light colours, that's Doorstep. This one trained by Mouse Morris. Mouse, who had a winner in the opening race of the meeting with Buck House. Doorstep, one of the safest conveyances in racing. I think this would even carry Julian Wilson and myself around together. And neither of us are very good. He really does jump, never puts a foot wrong. Doorstep has come good of late. He won at Naas 3 weeks ago, and that was a fairly competitive race. So the runners making their way down. It's 3 miles and a furlong. The Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase. Long way to go. The ground, although slightly tacky, didn't stop Bregorn, did it? He really motored up the hill, and I should think it'll favour most of these runners here today. No real excuses for ground like this. Well, last year's winner, Scot Lane, runs in this race. He certainly hasn't shown the form that he'd shown last year. And there is Scot Lane. He's in the middle of that group in the orange colours. In fact, he's just running up into the front of them. He's right on the far right but one. Orange colours, Scot Lane, trained by Martin Tate. Well, he was in tremendous form last year. Yet to really show it, he won 5 races then. The Greenall Whitley from Bigorn. He won the State Express final here from Captain John. There is just walking away from the fence in the orange colours with the lighter diamond coming around to meet us. This one ridden by Craig Smith. Craig Smith with 10 winners so far. Gay Spartan 5-1 favourite from 9-2, 7-1 bar. There with the amazing colours, number 7. This is Owen's Image, and if we can see, he's got a white question mark on the front and the back of his colours. These are the colours of John Mulhern, one of the greatest characters in racing. And by golly, we do have some characters. Well, this one benefited from an absolute galvanising ride from John Joe Neal at Leopardstown. That was in the Harold Clark Memorial Chase. Going to the last, he picked him up and really flew, but just didn't quite get up there. He meets Tabasco Time again, who was second in that race. And this one will go for the National. Number 24 there is Priest Rock in the light colours, coming to meet us. Priest Rock, who was originally bought in Ireland by George Fairbairn, and what a lovely stamp of a chaser this is. George sent him to Neville Crump for a while when he gave up his licence in January, and Pirate Son 14s from 16s, but Priest Rock there has now joined John Webber, and he's run particularly well for John, and he'll be in the national lineup probably next year, if not this. Number 11 in the red colours coming to meet us, Straight Accord, one of Fort Warwin's 2 runners and blinkered. Well, Straight Accord was 2 lengths second behind Bold Argument at Kempton Park, and that was his best form prior to Christmas. He's a good little horse, this, and though slightly disappointing on his last run, I wouldn't be surprised if he's thereabouts. Scot Lane standing still. There is Corbiere again. We've already seen him. That's the best turned out horse, I believe. Number 10, Bold Argument, from Robin Blakeney's small yard. You don't have to be a big yard to turn them out well, do you? And also gets a lot of winners from just the few that he does produce on the course. There in the blue colours going away from us. This is Banaran in the colours of Lord Vestey. And this one ran well here, but he was receiving 2 stone from Brown Chamberlain. The way Brown Chamberlain's run today, obviously it wasn't his proper form. I thought that was a good run from this horse at the time, but on reflection perhaps it wasn't. Banaran from David Nicholson's yard. Let's see how they bet.
Gay Spartan 5-1, Corbiere and Doorstep 7-1, Owen's Image and Shady Deal 8-1, Forloon 10-1, and on 14-1 Bold Argument and Pirate Sun. Sea Captain, Banaran and Scot Lane are 16-1, Nicky Tam and Freestrock 20-1, Tabasco Time 25s, Solihull Sport, Straight Accord, Drumcondra and Bally Hampshire 33-1, and to complete the full show, Master Smudge, who'd have thought it, on 50-1.
And trotting around behind us is 20. This is Tabasco Time, an amazing old horse. He's been around for years. He started off with Fred Winton, was a very hard-pulling, good sort of horse, this. He's done very well, ridden by Pat Leach for John Crowley. John has got a couple of runners in this, and he ran a tremendous race in the Harold Clark Memorial Chase. He set off in front, went like the bats out of hell, jumped from fence to fence, and only just got caught on the line. Well, marvellous little horse, this. I hope he reproduces that form again today. Probably got a few squeaks in his old bones. That's why his Pat Leach is keeping him trotting round, keeping him warm. He's 14 now, and he's had a lot of mileage on the clock, this fellow. Priest Rock in the white, we've seen him. Solihull Sport we'll see come into picture from right to left in the middle. The orange and blue quarters there, Solihull Sport. A number 12 one we haven't seen there, that's Falloon in the spot. Falloon has won both his races at Wincanton this season. He beat Mr. Boson by 20 lengths on Boxing Day, very impressive. He also beat Doddington Park in January, not disgraced when second to Don't Touch. Falloon, Port Warwin's second runner, and let's see if there's any move in the market.
Gay Spartan still the favourite, 5-1, Corbiere and Doorstep 7-1. Owen's Image 8-1, no change there, but Shady Deal has got out to 10s with Falloon. A Bold Argument and Pirate Sun of 14-1, Banaran 16-1, and Sea Captain has joined Scot Lane, Nicky Tam and Freestrock on 20-1. Tabasco Time 25-1, Solihull Sport, Straight Accord, Drumcondra and Bally Hampshire 33-1, Master Smudge 50-1.
The favourite, Gay Spartan. Well, what a good horse he was before he went wrong. Gay Spartan 11-2 from 5s, Corbiere 7s, as is Doorstep, Owen's Image 8, 10-1 Bar, and now Peter O'Sullivan.
Thank you, Richard. And here they are being called in for this Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase. 21 fences to be jumped, 3 miles and a furlong, and they're off and racing towards the first. Solihull Sport, the first to show, from Nicky Tam and Tabasco Time, then Falloon and Scot Lane, and Gay Spartan, behind them Bally Hampshire, then comes Corbiere, Master Smudge on the inside of Pirate Sun. Quite a long run to the next fence. The back markers at the moment are Sea Captain and Owen's Image, Drumcondra and Shady Deal. As they run down to the next, Solihull Sport from Tabasco Time and Nicky Tam and Bally Hampshire and Falloon and Scot Lane and Gay Spartan. This is the second, Solihull Sport, Nicky Tam and Tabasco Time on the inner, and Bally Hampshire and Scot Lane and Falloon and Gay Spartan, Master Smudge, Straight Accord, Doorstep, Pirate Sun. Over the water, Solihull Sport from Tabasco Time and Nicky Tam in third and 4, Bally Hampshire, and then Scot Lane, and behind them Gay Spartan and Falloon. Over this ditch, Tabasco Time on the inside of Solihull Sport as they jump the 5th. Tabasco Time, Solihull Sport, Nicky Tam and Bally Hampshire, and then Scot Lane. Then comes Bold Argument going up on the outside of Falloon with Doorstep between horses, and then Gay Spartan and Pirate Sun and Straight Accord. Another ditch now. Tabasco Time with a length advantage going into it, lands a length ahead of Solihull Sport with on the outside Bally Hampshire, very close Bally Hampshire, then Nicky Tam and Scot Lane as they come to this fence at the top of the hill. Tabasco Time, Bally Hampshire and Solihull Sport. Then Nicky Tam and Scot Lane, behind them Bold Argument and Doorstep and Falloon and Pirate Sun and Straight Accord, and then Owen's Image. Behind Owen's Image is Banaran, and then Corbiere, behind Corbiere Drum Condra. Sea Captain, behind Sea Captain is Priest Rock, as the leaders come to the next. And over the 9th it was Tabasco Time from Solihull Sport and Bally Hampshire. Behind them come Nicky Tam and Scot Lane, then Doorstep and Falloon. Behind them Bold Argument, and then Pirate Sun and Straight Accord and Banaran. And the riderless horse there is Master Smudge. So racing round the turn, which will be the final bend, of course, on the next circuit, at which point they'll have 2 to jump. The order now: Tabasco Time from Solihull Sport, just in behind Solihull Sport is Bally Hampshire. Then comes Scot Lane. Behind Scot Lane is Nicky Tam, and also missing is Gay Spartan. He's gone out in the country. Then comes Bold Argument as they jump the 11th, and behind Bold Argument is Straight Accord and Doorstep and Pirate Sun and Owen's Image, and then Banaran. Behind Banaran, Drum Condra, Sea Captain and Corbiere. Behind Corbiere is Priest Rock, and finally Shady Deal. So Gay Spartan and Master Smudge, the 2 that are missing. 17 left now as they have another complete circuit. Tabasco Time on the inside of Solihull Sport. Just in behind them come Bally Hampshire, Straight Accord, Scot Lane. Behind Scot Lane is Doorstep. Then on the inner, Nicky Tam. Behind them come Bold Argument and Pirate Sun and Owen's Image and Falloon. And then Drum Condra and Banaran and Corbiere making a little bit of ground. And then Sea Captain and then Priest Rock. And trailing is Shady Deal. Over the water, Tabasco Time from Solihull Sport and Bally Hampshire and Straight Accord. And behind them, Scot Lane. And behind Scot Lane is Nicky Tam. Over the 3rd ditch, Tabasco Time from Solihull Sport, who makes a mistake. Bally Hampshire going into 2nd now. Scot Lane not far behind. Then comes Straight Accord, then Nicky Tam. Then comes Pirate Sun under pressure and Owen's Image. Shady Deal has been pulled up. They're racing now towards the final ditch, and as they do so, it's Tabasco Time being pressed by Bally Hampshire. Solihull Sport is next. Then the 81 winner, Scot Lane, moving now into 3rd at the final ditch. And as they jump it, Tabasco Time, Bally Hampshire, Scot Lane 3rd, 4 Solihull Sport, 5 is Straight Accord, and 6 is Owen's Image, and 7 is Corbiere, and 8 is Nicky Tam, and 9 Pirate Sun. 5 out, Bally Hampshire in the lead from Tabasco Time. Tabasco Time gains the initiative though at that fence. Scot Lane is still closing on these 2. Then comes Solihull Sport, Owen's Image making ground, and then Corbiere, and behind Corbiere is Straight Accord. Difficult to see anything else getting into the picture now as they race down to the fence at the top of the hill. 4 from home now. Tabasco Time from Bally Hampshire, Scot Lane, Corbiere, Solihull Sport, Owen's Image and Straight Accord, and then some way back Nicky Tam and Pirate Sun, and then Falloon as they race down towards the 3rd last. It's Scot Lane coming there very strongly now to challenge Tabasco Time. Corbiere still very well in contention. Then comes Bally Hampshire, then Owen's Image. Behind Owen's Image, the fading Solihull Sport, and then Straight Accord. They're racing to the home turn now, and it's the 1982 winner, Scot Lane, who's taken it up. Craig Smith on Scot Lane from Tabasco Time. Owen's Image producing a run on the inside. Corbiere not far behind him. Coming down now to the 2nd last fence in the Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase. The riderless Gay Spartan with his white face showing on the left. Over on the right, Scot Lane bidding for a double in the race. lands in the lead at the second last. Corbiere getting very close though on the near side. Tabasco Times in third. This is the final fence now. Scot Lane being pressed by Corbiere. Scot Lane on the far side, Corbiere on the near side, then comes Tabasco Times. Scot Lane lands in the lead, Corbiere second, Tabasco Time third, racing into the closing stages, and it's Scot Lane bidding for a Ritz Club National Hunt Handicap Chase double, and he's going to complete it as they race up towards the line. Scot Lane is winning it as they come to the line. Scot Lane wins it, second is Corbiere, third is Tabasco Time, fourth is Owen's Image, and behind them came Falloon, Solihull Sport, Straight Accord, Bally Hampshire. Nicky Tam has been pulled up, and so's Pirate Sun, and so the result is first, number 3, Scot Lane, owned by Mr. T.H. Isherwood, trained by Martin Tate, and written by Craig Smith. Second is number 4, Corbiere, owned by Mr. B.R.H. Burrow, trained